My name's Graham Parker and this is the Hoof GP. And yes, my voice is starting to return, much to Craig's annoyance. And we're on our way to a farm we visit every 2 weeks to see this cow. Except I'll be honest, I don't know what this cow looks like right now because it's the morning before we actually get to the farm. So I'm assuming we're going to film a problem with one of the cows right now. But this time, we're using a very special hoof trimming knife. This is the Hoof GP, guys. Make sure you subscribe right now so you can follow our story here in southwest Scotland.
And I won't let it rush when I see you dance, and the moment comes when I fall and time goes slow. I fall into you.
So, this is the standard hoof trimming knife. Well, it's not a standard one actually, it's an amazing one. It's from BoviBond, it's brilliant and razor sharp. But anyway, this is the standard size of a hoof trimming knife. And someone made this hoof trimming knife for me. Now, in my hand it probably doesn't look that big, but for context, here's another one side by side. Can you see the difference? So I was sent this by a follower in the States. So I'm gonna take it to work with me today to work on a cow and see exactly how good a job he's made of the world's largest hoof trimming knife. By the magic of small screen, let's get to the farm. And we're there, and luckily somebody has already set the crush up for us, so we don't need to bother doing that. All we need to do is get the cows in and see what this little puppy of a hoof trimming knife can do.
Here come the girls, 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 girls. Here come the girls.
Notice how they all ran in apart from cow 67. Can you spot the problem? That's right, she's really sore on her front left foot. So let's get trimming the rest of them and get her into the crush to see what's wrong.
Many times when I do videos for you guys, we just jump straight into the problematic feet, but that's not really how our day goes. This, the video you can see on your screens right now, is usually how our day plays out. This is the very first cow's foot that we're trimming right now, and you're just about to see her comrades, one after the other. This is truly what routine hoof trimming is all about. A bit of balancing, a bit of polishing up, and letting them rip. You'll notice that on most feet, we concentrate on the lateral or the outside claw, and that's because usually that's the problematic one for the cow. She's usually overburdened on that foot, and that causes hemorrhaging, which in turn leads to sole ulceration, which is a serious problem for the cow. The other problem we get is white line disease, and again, that usually happens on the outer or lateral claw, and that's why you'll see me taking the most amount of height away from that outer claw, because we want to balance up the feet, and if I take anything away from the inner claw, it just means I need to take even more away from the outer claw to be able to balance them up perfectly. So watch out for exactly what I'm doing and why I'm doing it with these feet. This channel is a community and it's all about participation. I'd love to know in the comments how you think you'd get on trimming a cow's foot. I know it's unlikely that you've ever even touched a cow, never mind a foot, but how do you think you'd fare given all of the knowledge I've been trying to teach you?
I'm lowering the heel on this cow's foot just to make sure this crack doesn't evolve into something it shouldn't. It's not causing a problem right now, I can tell that from experience, and it's just actually about to disappear. Bye bye. Be gone.
Did you think the crack was going to disappear? Come on, be honest. And if you did, how about why it formed in the first place. What was it that would cause a small crack like that within the cow's white line? All that bruising is caused by overloading of the lateral claw, this outside one that I'm trimming right now. You can crack on, it's fine. While I trim the back feet, Craig's usually trimming the front feet and making an awesome job. Again, there's bruising here, look, and as Craig trims it away, it'll start to disappear. But he doesn't need to get rid of the bruise completely because he's already stopped the problem by balancing the feet. So that's that cow's foot. Also done. We work in tandem like this for virtually the majority of the day. It's one in, one out, one in, one out. We work in unison, and actually we don't even need to communicate all that much because we both know what the other is about to do. And just like that, we're on the second to last cow, who actually has a sole ulcer. Off camera, we trimmed the rest of the cows and we did put on a couple of blocks. And now it's time for cow 67, who saved herself for the very end of the day. And doesn't she look keen? Nope, she doesn't. It'll be alright, I promise. It'll be 100% alright. Up you go, come on. Up you go, come on, come on. Hold on a second, don't click off, don't fast forward. This is BoviBond's introduction or starter kit. So I have an online hoof trimming course. That's right, it's at learnthehoofgp.com, and you guys can get this BoviBond introduction or starter kit when you take the online course, and you'll get it completely for free. Everything in it will get you started hoof trimming, or it can replenish some of your stocks or add to whatever you've got right now. The course is for students, vets, hoof trimmers, farmers, dairymen, anybody with an interest in hoof trimming who wants to either start out from afresh, because it'll teach you from zero to hero, or expand on the knowledge you already have. Trust me, there will be something in there for you. Look at the introduction kit. It is jam-packed with stuff. We've got blocks, all different sizes, all different colours, all different compounds, all different thicknesses. We've got the brand new Vetec BoviBond knives. We've got right ones and left ones. These are awesome. These are antimicrobial plastic and the hardest steel I've ever used. These are like razors. They've also got magnets built in to their handles. They're genuinely awesome, and I helped to design them, so I'm really chuffed and proud of them. Obviously, you'll get BoviBond glue, you'll get nozzles for those glue cartridges, and a claw checker, which is absolutely essential if you're going to make a good job of trimming a cow's foot. And you'll get a brand new diamond glue dispensing gun. These are the best in the business. You'll also get a dozen flexi hoof wraps. Even if you don't take the course, go and check out learnthehoofgp.com and you can take the introduction to the course completely for free with no obligation or anything like that. It's not about obligation, it's about expanding your knowledge and being able to look after your cows even better. Anyway, back to the video. Okay, so our foot's in the air and it's pretty obvious what the problem is. So it's time for us to see if we can fix her using this knife. Make no mistake though, if there's any problem whatsoever and the knife isn't up to scratch, it'll be getting put to the side and we'll use our normal trimming knives. So straight away, obviously, we can see there's a bit of claret right here. Okay, so it's much more cumbrous than the normal knives, obviously. It is incredibly sharp though. It really is for such a big knife. Believe it or not, the main difference between this knife and its ability to slice through horn isn't its size, it's actually its thickness. It is quite a bit thicker than a normal BoviBond knife.
I'm actually worrying that the lever effect, i.e. the knife's so long, that this would strain my wrist slightly. It's probably a good 2 or 3 times the length of the normal knives that I use. But as you can see, it's actually doing an okay job. Spray this out a wee bit. Now I don't want to take any height off this, so I'm going to use the grinder just to scuff it up and clean it off.
I really want to stress this. I'm not playing at hoof trimming. These cows are my life. They're my bread and butter, and they are all I care about in my pursuit of making them more comfortable. So if the knife really wasn't doing its job, it would be laid aside.
Gotta say, I'm actually really impressed with this. I did not think it would be as good as it is. I'm just going to lower the height of this heel to take a bit more pressure off the affected claw. It's definitely not as easy or as intuitive to use as the BoviBond knives, but then I wouldn't expect it to be. Every first knife or first anything is a prototype, really, isn't it? So this is a prototype knife, I suppose, and it's an absolute beast of one. Okay, we're going to get a block glued on here so that we can get the weight away from this affected foot, and then we're going to trim away this excess cracked hoof horn. This thing's a beast, isn't it? It's more of a machete than a hoof knife. It's definitely something I'm going to keep and treasure forever, though. Maestro, do your thing. BoviBond goodness. I'll be honest, I was completely expecting to put this knife to the side and return to the BoviBond knives. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not going to be using this on a day-to-day basis. It's just for this video, and then it'll be stored pride of place in the workshop, because the BoviBond knives are exceptionally good, and the cow comes first. We'll just reduce this white line a little bit more because of all this cracking. Normally, if this hoof was fine, I wouldn't reduce this cracking. It's not too problematic, but because there's a block on there, we might as well just reduce it and reduce the likelihood of it cracking even more and becoming a real problem. The knife is quite cumbersome, and I'm finding myself having to be even more careful than usual to peel away small fragments of hoof horn. See, there, that's what I was aiming at. Lovely. So there you have it. Is it possible to do a good hoof trim with the world's largest hoof trimming knife? Well, I am more than happy with this trim. I really, really am. I don't think I'd have got it any cleaner with the BoviBond knife. Having said that, it took me a lot longer. It was more cumbersome, and it didn't feel quite as accurate, but the end product has ended up really well for this cow. So regardless of what knife I used, this cow is going to be more than happy that she was in the crush today. Anyway, let's get the rest of her feet trimmed and let her go to see how she's walking now.
I didn't think that I would find that someone who's as honest as you are. The way you make me feel at night when I am vulnerable and it's cold outside, but you make it alright. I wanna know you better. Give me every detail. I won't judge you, as you know. I could stay forever.
the ground. She's clearly not sure whether this is going to hurt or not, is she? Now personally, I would call that a success for the trim and for the knife actually. And that cow couldn't really care less what trimmed her foot, to be honest. She's just glad that she's in less pain than she was 5 minutes ago. Guys, this has been the Hoof GP. I've got lots more updates coming for you on the house, on what's happening at home, and what's happening in the future. All good stuff. So stick around, subscribe to the channel and follow our lives here in Southwest Scotland. Trust me, there's lots to come. Thanks for coming along for the ride and for being a huge part of my life. This has been the Hoof GP and you've been the fantastic herd. Cheerio for now guys, catch you later.